Human life stretches back across an immense span of time. One collection of people living a common life around a single planet. Across millennia, civilizations developed cultures, languages, and ways of life, threads that began in distant places and wove into complex histories. And when many stories meet in one place in time, the future becomes a shared project. Definitions of who we are helped us understand our place in the world and understand our circle of care, families, cultures, nations. The next stage of human development asks us to widen the circle, to see ourselves not just as individuals or groups living side by side, but as participants in a common endeavor. To work together, we have to overcome the habits that keep us isolated. We've never had more opportunities to be connected, and yet we remain divided. But are we more interconnected than we realize?
This is a tremendous disaster. People's lives have been changed forever.
We didn't ask for donations at all. They just came. And it's very heartwarming.
It's easy to assume disaster brings out self-interest, but we actually saw the opposite. Generosity was everywhere, and it gave us a lot of hope.
It's important that we continue to honor the strength and unity of those who continue to rebuild and recover.
Okay, these are ready to go, my friend.
Natural disasters call on us to show tremendous strength. It shows us who we really are, an interdependent community. But it need not be a crisis to make that visible. Our lives are already bound together every day.
The only reason for the color that we selected was because it's the most visible color, and visible, it means safety.
The safety of children is one measure of a society's concern for its future. We all want to see children protected. When something affects everyone, everyone has a part to play. We rely on each other every day. For one to eat, another must grow. For one to dwell, another must build. For one to travel, another must drive. For one to learn, another must teach. If we are already so reliant on one another, why do we struggle to see ourselves as part of a larger whole? Often, the definitions we live by create more separation than shared meaning. Media can reduce complex questions into polarized positions, where believing one thing can make it seem as though you believe everything attached to it. In that environment, keeping to ourselves can feel like the safest way to avoid conflict. But it can also deepen a one-sided argument. Separating into camps may seem like it can stabilize a society, but it does not build one.
On this historic mission, you take with you the heart of this Artemis team, the daring spirit of the American people and our partners across the globe, and the hopes and dreams of a new generation.
We are going for all humanity.
Whether you believe in God or not, this is an opportunity for us to remember where we are, who we are, and that we are the same thing and that we got to get through this together.
The people around you are not incidental to the world you live in. They are essential to what it can become. Oneness is the condition of becoming aware that we are all connected, valued, and dependent on each other, to life, future generations, and the planet.
I feel like people always overcomplicate the concept of spirituality. There's a lot of opportunities in just everyday life.
Spiritual qualities are not new to us. Compassion, humility, moderation, integrity, forgiveness, generosity. These are not decorative virtues. They change the terms of life. And when they are activated, something in us begins to rise. Purpose becomes clear when attention moves outward, when life is no longer organized around the self.
I was really depressed. Then someone reached out for help, and I found that helping them pulled me out of that dark place. So I kept doing that, and it freed me from that self-obsessed, self-deprecating place.
Knowledge begins to serve differently when it is shared rather than guarded.
And the right and the opportunity to generate knowledge and apply knowledge should be the prerogative of every human being. It shouldn't be just simply the prerogative of certain segments of the human population, certain elites.
The equality of women and men stops sounding aspirational and starts to look foundational to peace.
We cannot reach our true potential as humanity if we still don't understand the role of women in building society.
Power is no longer measured by control, but by the ability to strengthen, enable, and uplift.
When someone feels empowered, they can do far more than what they have initially been trained to do. True power lies in one's ability to lead others to greatness.
And the earth is no longer considered property, but a trust held only briefly, with obligations to future generations. So how do we do this? How do you change a culture shaped over decades by materialism and individualism and allow life's true form to emerge? It starts with a conversation, with learning together, with you and your friends, your family, your neighbors, your community. A tree only gives fruit because long before someone planted the seed. The first step will always be to begin.